Good morning, everybody. Oh, Bormac here for Arcanum, and oh, yeah, that's right. I'm having trouble getting out of a screen. Oh, looks like when we last left off, I had a very weird party with two familiars, a dog, an old guy, and a weird lizard man, who was a real pain to get. Hopefully he sticks around. But if not, I guess I have charisma now. Whatever that accomplishes for me. We have to talk to this lady.
Ah, yes, you again. How can I help you?
Oh, I guess I already did talk to her. What's my goal then? Oh, I guess I get to go in here. Do I? Come in.
Ah, yes, you again.
You have a moment?
Certainly.
I need to
How can
speak
I
to the
help you?
silver lady.
The Silver Lady. Oh, you mean my mother. That's quite a request, and one not so easily granted.
Even for an elf?
That might very well be. But you're not from here, and I'm very cautious when it comes to who sees my mother. She may be our queen, but I oversee the daily matters here in Kitara.
Can I convince you of the urgency of my
You have
quest?
your chance. Forgive me if I seem a little abrupt, but I've many things on my mind today, and there's much to be done. Once I've taken care of some of the more pressing matters, I'll talk with you about your needs.
Oh, what needs to be done?
Why, yes, it's always a pleasure to work with an elven brother from the outside. We'd love to have you help.
What can I
There's a
do?
group of humans camped about a day's journey from here. We know not what they want, but where humans go, trouble usually follows.
Okay.
The place they are camped at is called Falcon's Egg, and it is considered a holy place for the elves of Kantara. We would
I like
like
the
to
noise
find
he
out
makes
why
when
the
he's
humans
idle.
are there and remove them. Of course. What would you like to know?
How should they be removed?
It doesn't matter to me how you remove them, but you must understand this. Under no circumstances are you to shed blood on that ground. The spirits there exact their price, and you do not want to pay it. Do you understand? Do not raise your hand against another.
Okay.
Of course. What would you like to know?
How do I get
It's
there?
not far from here.
Thank
I'll
you.
mark your map with a Of course. What would you like to know?
Uh,
Falcon's Egg, as I told you, is elven holy ground. Many years ago, there was an elven queen, and her name was Falcon. She was out hunting one day, and with her bow shot a stag. When she had caught up with it, it was lying next to a pool of water, slowly bleeding from a wound in its side. The
uh-huh.
stag spoke to her, and within it were the spirits of the elves who had become the soul of the stag. And with her arrow, she had pierced both it and them. And they were both sad and afraid, as the stag's life was their own. And when it died, so would they.
Whoa. It's kinda, unfortunate.
She could do nothing. She sat with the stag's head in her arms, sang its stories, and washed its wound with her tears. And the ache in her heart grew as the old elven voices faded. Grew so much that when they finally passed, she passed with them.
That's a sad story.
Of course.
I'll take the job.
Are you sure you understand what needs to be done? There are a few things that are very
I
important.
think you told me everything. The very important thing is do not start a fight here or you will die. In fact, I think I'll demonstrate that. Man, we've got quite a mob when we come out of places now. I just hope I can keep Waromon on my side. I think it's going to mean doing some unpleasant things to get down to neutral again. To Falcon's Egg. About 4 days away from Quintara. Boar. A bear. A tiger. Level 6. The bear is also level 6. Human technologist. Surveyor. Oh, sir, who are you? Outdoorsman and naturalist. We had this bunch you see here. Pleasure. May I speak with you? What are you doing here? Contract to map out the surrounding lands, which were recently purchased by Torringdale, with the usability of its resources. You have a problem here. Fortunately, you're not supposed to be here. I think I'll be able to persuade you otherwise, with all these frickin' ranks in persuasion I took. Need to do a job. And his word. And Torringdale expects a report on his desk in a week. I don't think there is much you're going to be able to say to dissuade me from what I'm doing here. You knew who I represent. You're half correct, but I'm not here from Wickstell Lumber. Gilbert Bates. I represent Gilbert Bates. I don't think they care about the elves of Quintara. You get the charisma to do these things, but it's still a flippin' puzzle how you figure it out. It's... He sees it as an opportunity. Are you going to question him? Oh, no, of course not. I'd never question his judgment. He's apparently extremely influential. Testing that in court as we speak. That is of a concern to Mr. Bates. I'd recommend you just disappear, Mr. Bench. Why don't I put you... Very nice, William. See what I can do. I'll say that you can always lie to or rely on Mr. Bench. Ah. Thick. Extremely thick. Oh. And with that done, they already left. Hey, they left 150 gold in a chest. Oh, that spell's ever so useful. Now, die, rabbit. That's what happens. If you can piss them off enough, they'll attack you and that'll happen to them. Can't believe my arrow wasn't even strong enough to one-shot that rabbit. Tough rabbit. No, go through the door. Through the door. Through the door. Ugh. Fine. Good day. Hey.
Hello again. It's so very good to see you.
Man, her voice is quiet.
Certainly. How can I help you?
I removed them.
Thank you very much. Your help in the matter is much appreciated. Now, what was it you needed to speak to my mother about?
It's a long story. And I tell it to her.
A dark tale full of pain. And it would seem that the blame lies with us, the elves.
There are elves involved. Do you know the name Mingorod?
I do not, and none of the elves who live here bear it. But it bothers me very much, pulls darkly at my heart and mind. There is another possibility, one I'd rather not think of.
You know where I might find Mingorod?
No. You need to speak with my mother of these things. She will know what to do.
Where can I find her?
She's just beyond the large door behind me. But be warned, my mother is a magical being with great power. Her spirit swims in the flow, and sometimes she is more of that world than this one. What she sees is not always what we see, so her answers might seem strange to you. Ask what you wish to know, and listen. When you're through speaking with her, come and find me.
Okay. Level 50. And she's levitating. Do I get to levitate when I'm level 50? No.
Hello. I welcome you, traveler.
Turn this up. These birds are annoying. Flap, flap.
I know you've come far, and I've expected you for a long time now.
Said something similar to me.
Melodious Skylar. Ah, yes. I see him now, speaking with the dead. Or is he among them? It matters not, I suppose. They're all watching you.
What are you talking about?
I've seen you approaching from both east and west, traveler. And you bring them with you, all of them. They've no choice but to follow.
Who?
I know. We speak different languages, you and I. The things I see, wrapped in the past and the present, and shrouded in the veils of magic. I cannot translate my visions into your own. You must listen, traveler. Listen and learn to see.
Okay.
What is it you see, traveler?
You know if I'm the living one?
The living one? Oh, traveler, why would you think I would know of such a thing?
It's a prophecy. Don't you know that kind of thing?
It's an interesting thing about prophecies, traveler. They're no clearer to one such as myself, living both in and out of the stream, than they are to you, walking the shore. The flow swirls around them until they are ready. And in the end, really, is it going to matter who someone pointed a finger at?
That would be comforting if people weren't trying to assassinate me every, 5 minutes or so.
These people can only see what follows in your wake, traveler. Pass your hand through the flame and it flickers. If you've tired of the mantle, then shed it. Disappear. Otherwise, don't be surprised at what people do.
And the Black Mountain Clan?
Yes, I can see them. But the ravens are circling, and the storm rages but subsides. And yet there is lightning, and then shadow, and then the storm howls again, tearing. I can't even look at it.
That makes no sense.
Wait. Oh, look. They've taken in a small child with machine dreams, and hands of hinged metal, and a heart in which coal burns brightly.
That's Gilbert Bates.
I don't know on what you speak, traveler. Please, listen. Try to hear with my
maybe.
I see a flame atop a hill, burning so brightly, and below, a field of wheat around a pool of water, and the flame spitting fire and consuming the wheat and the lake, and losing itself as well.
Well, the flame eating the lake sounds like a bad idea all around.
It's dark here, so dark, and the flame is here too. But this flame burns black onyx and cold, and shadow is its child. Are they here as well? I can't see that far.
This is very odd.
A plane of mirrored glass, a sky of white, a lone figure. Wait, which is the reflection? I'm unsure.
Flat white sky and a plane of mirrored glass, it would be kinda hard to tell.
That is all I see, traveler. The riddle is created by you. Do you have anything else you'd like to ask?
Mingarad. What could you tell me of that name?
Mingorad, an old name, traveler. Oh, a man is screaming and carves a key with his fingers, and the birds have plucked his eyes out. And the moon watches, motionless, his paw in the air.
Is he dead? What does the wolf mean?
A tear in the curtain, and only darkness beyond. A ragged wound, mended with a ring of blasted stone.
What else do you see?
A hand that sees, but is blinded. A man draped in truth, wearing a mask.
You've lost me.
And they hide. The lost children, they hide. A gray mist, even to me. But there, he runs, dropping veined and painted leaves. And the flock comes, talons outstretched, and wings of fire, and he is consumed. But the leaves...
What?
Run quickly, traveler. Find what was left behind. In the place of smoke and water, he is there. He is there.
Who?
I see no more. The stream is again calm.
You calm down in a hurry.
Was there anything else?
I understand almost none of what you said.
Traveler, but I also know that clarity is often the child of time. Your answers lie both in front and behind. Make sure not to overlook one for the other.
Characteristically cryptic.
I go now, traveler. We will meet again, though I'm not sure on which side. No matter. Farewell.
Oh, we're having a clip out. Oh. Ooh.
Hello again. It's so very good to see you. Certainly. How can I help you?
Not what has happened.
And what did you ask her about?
Black Mountain Clan.
Black Mountain Clan. What did she see?
All these things. Ravens and lightning and a violent storm.
Ravens and storm? And why did the storm subside and then rage once again? Nothing in my mother's visions is ever what it seems. We'll have to think on this.
Other things.
Black Mountain Clan. What did as you told her, this must have been the man you know as Gilbert Bates. She saw him because he played such a large role in their fate.
And that.
I'm not sure what that represents, but I know that fire in her visions often represents magic. And the water you say quenched it? Or did the flame burn itself out?
I think the flame burned itself out.
Black Mountain Clan.
Dark place of dark fire.
There are two separate visions. The flame again represents magic, but twisted somehow, burning darkly. And did you say that the Black Mountain Clan was near this flame? The mirrored plane, a white sky, a lone figure. The worlds on either side of that mirror are the same. Who could say which one is real? Odd.
Very odd.
Mingarad. What did she see?
An eyeless man in pain carving a key and a wolf with a raised paw.
What the screaming man and his key represent, I have no idea. But I do know that the official symbol for the city of Caledon is a wolf, with one paw raised in the air.
Caledon. Perhaps we need to begin our search there.
I'm not so sure. Remember, my mother's visions are shackled by neither our eyes nor our time. The events she describes might be in either the future or the past. Let's look at all she said before we go any further.
Okay.
Mingarod. What did
Torn
she say?
curtain, a ringed broken finger pointing
There's
east.
something about that entire vision which pulls at my memory, especially the ring. I'll think about it further. Mingarod. What did she see?
A hand that sees but is blind. A truthful man in a mask.
I have no idea.
Sounds like the symbol in the amulet I've seen.
Interesting. That's the ancient symbol of the Malokian hand. Do you know of it?
I know they were an ancient order of
The
assassins.
Malokian hand were assassins for what used to be known as the Darien Ka, the ancient order of the dead.
Who were they?
The Darien Ka were a shadowy group who formed during the Age of Legends. Their membership and their agenda were always very secret. I know little about them beyond the most cursory knowledge, but there have always been rumors about who they were and what they were doing.
And their connection with the Malokian
As I
hand?
said, the Malokian hand were their assassins. From what I remember of what was written about them, the hand was ejected from the Order of the Dead on grounds of doctrinal differences. There was a small struggle, and then the hand disappeared. There are always rumors of its reemergence, but from what I know, that's all they are. Rumors.
These amulets and the attempts on my life say different.
I agree. But I don't know why they would be involved in this business. Very interesting.
What do you think it means?
I don't really know. Although it would seem that perhaps they are being misled. Blindness in my mother's visions is sometimes associated with deception. As far as the man in the mask was draped in truth, I have no idea.
And lost hiding children, a man runs from them and drops leaves.
This one is the most interesting of all, and it seems that my fears may have well been correct.
The what?
Do you remember when I told you that the name of Mingarod bothered me in some way? Well, I believe that may have been so because Mingarod is a dark name.
Dark name?
A dark elf name. Do you know of the Dark Elves?
I've heard of them.
It's a long story. But sometime during the Age of Legends, many years even before my mother was born, there were a group of elves who separated themselves. There were philosophical differences, and they were no longer welcome in our forests. Those elves became what we know as the Dark Elves.
What were the differences?
They believe that this world and all of its races are subject to elven rule. They believe that elves are superior because of our close connection to nature, our power in the ways of magic, and the longevity of our physical form. They see the other races as bumbling children who need our guidance, regardless of its severity.
What do they believe?
The elves of Kantara, in fact all other elves, believe that everything and everyone has a rightful place in the experience which forms this reality. Elves feel that very little, if anything, ever happens that isn't part of the natural progression of that state. They feel no superiority because of their advantages. That is just the role they've been picked to play.
Oh, typically elitist. All of this. Dark Elves is a violation of that order?
Unfortunately not. The Dark Elves are seen in the same light as everyone else. They have the role, and they are playing.
Say unfortunately. What do you believe?
I believe. Well, let us say that I don't always see eye to eye with those in Kantara concerning the rightful place of the Dark Elves. My role here is as protector. I will do so regardless of the cost.
Let's get back to your mother's
My
vision.
mother's vision of the lost children was referring, I believe, to the Dark Elves. They were hidden from her because they are hidden from all of us. Through magic and isolation, we've not seen where they live for almost 500 years.
Who was the man running from then?
There was a man many years ago who had come to the Glimmering Forest to study the elves, and I remember that he was very interested in the Dark Elves especially. There were rumors about his capture by them and an escape. As I said, he was a researcher, a strange little man, a bit overdressed, but kind-hearted and very intelligent. I was young then, a mere 160 years old. He was the first human I'd ever seen.
And do you remember his name?
His name? It was a long time ago. But I remember because he said it so often. I think humans just like hearing the sound of their own names. Terwilliger. Dr. Renford A. Terwilliger. I can hear him saying it even now.
Yeah, we've heard that name before, I'm pretty sure. Horror Among the Dark Elves. There's a book he wrote, mentioned. What were the leaves he was dropping?
I don't know. It almost seemed in the vision that the flock who consumed him were more interested in the leaves. And my mother even said to find what was left behind, these leaves might very well be what we're looking for.
Leaves. Like pages in a book? Smoke and water?
She could mean almost anywhere. But if I were to make a guess, I'd say she was talking about the human city of Turan. It lies in the Gulf of Morbihan, and its, what do you call them? Factories are always belching smoke into the skies. That and I know that Terwilliger was from there.
Oh, I know.
Another place to begin your search, my friend. It would seem that if you need to find this Mingarod, you're going to need to find the village of the Dark Elves. The only person who might know where they are is Renford A. Terwilliger. He may or may not be in Turan, but it's a good place to start looking.
Alright, then I'm heading that way.
You impress me, my friend. Few are those like you who would take this burden upon themselves. You've earned my respect.
She took hold of my hand. Oh dear. Well, your respect makes it all the more worth it.
Return to me when you found the Dark Elves, and tell me what you uncovered. We will have much to discuss.
Creepy. Okay. Let's go then. If you hadn't guessed, she is a potential companion. I guess if Waromon winds up ditching us, we could always get her. But hopefully he won't. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here for now, and I'm going to check the recording. Hopefully it recorded okay. I will be back in a moment.